Hey! Yes, girls. I'm
right here, right now.
doing the character cards for some free stuff.
Just like we rehearsed. What a nuisance. Emerge. Right here. Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Emerge. Right now. Go, Barb. Let's dance. Fly! Oh, no! Try this on for size.
Well, I already own all these characters. I just do it for money. Oh, that's actually a bit of a lie. There is one character I do not own because she just came out. Her name is Kirara, and sorry for how I pronounced that. You take Japanese from middle school through high school, and sometimes your brain just gets rewired on pronunciations. I will say though, I have to stop myself from saying Kira Kira every time I think of her, because that's the onomatopoeia for shiny. I'll show you her. I feel like she's a character you would like. If I can get out of the loading screen, that is. Alright. Come on. I'm gonna do her... Yes, she is the courier, of which I've seen surprisingly few Fallout New Vegas means. I thought there would be more, I'm not gonna lie. I'll show you, she is a Nekomata, so these tails are real, and look at the bottom, she has paws. Here, I can zoom in here. Here she is. Oh, her tail's turned into a heart, that's very cute. So, I've heard some of her voice lines, and I do think that this bow is her ears. Because she's mentioned that, like, these aren't boots, they are her feet. She just doesn't feel like transforming them. So that makes me think that she transformed her cat ears away.
I wonder what's inside this package. No. No peeking at my customer's stuff.
Who's her voice actor? Hold on. Julia Gu. I don't know her. Anyways, she's a Dendro unit, so she makes Dendro Force.
By royal decree.
Oh, I have to show you something. This is if you hold her skill. You should just do a cat in a box.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Service with a smile. Scratch that. Oz, reveal thyself! Sign here, please!
She's very cute. I don't have her though. Because I am a simp. And Alhaitham is coming in 2 weeks. And I have like no savings for him. I bought the battle pass and I bought Welkin, which Welkin is basically, it costs only a couple dollars and it gives you like a little bit of rewards every day, but it does it for like a month. So I'll buy that sometimes. Then the battle pass is something where the more you complete certain objectives in the game, the more it fills up, and you're supposed to do this over the span of like over a month. And there's free rewards, and then there's rewards you can get by paying to unlock, because it is a gacha. A lot of things, like I think like Fortnite also has a battle pass system, but I got it because it's for the dumbest fucking reason. You see this couch? This couch is only seen in one room in the game, and that's Kaveh and Alhaitham's living room, so I bought it for the couch. Like, I'm gonna make him a house and I have to put the furniture in it, and I'm a little simp man who shouldn't have financial freedom. They have 3 of these sex couches, thank you very much. But yeah, so I wanted you to watch this event because I believe Kaya is in it, because he's on the main screen. As well as 2 new characters. There's Kirara, and then in the background in red that's Charlotte, and she is our first character from Fontaine. So, she's got like a weird monocle thing going on, which I'm not the biggest fan of. It's funny to me though, and I'll send you the pictures, but she looks like these 2 characters from Honkai Star Rail. Yes, the VAs who got together to do the preview. Charlotte was one of them. They were very fun. Oh, her design's cute. It's just, as I was saying, she reminds me of 2 characters from Honkai Star Rail, namely Asta, and then Pom Pom. And Pom Pom is a non-binary bunny conductor. And it looks like somebody just put those 2 into like a random like character maker thing. Sorry. Excuse me, sorry. I'm gonna send it to you, and you're not gonna be able to unsee it. Okay, I sent it to you. So, looks like we gotta go to Mondstadt. The only thing I know about this event is that it is, 1, a TCG event, which means the card game you like is gonna be here, so you can watch me play badly at that. And then 2, it's one of these events that takes place over multiple countries. I told you you wouldn't be able to unsee it. She even has the same eye color as Pom Pom. It just keeps me up at night, you know? Yeah, she just stole from Pom Pom's closet and made like his little cape into a skirt. Fuck your birds, Timmy. Oh my gosh, you've never had the joy of talking to Timmy, I just realized. So this is Mondstadt, this is the first city you go to. It's like the first important place in the game. There's a lot of friends there. There's this boy on a bridge. Let's go talk to the boy on a bridge. What are you doing? You're scaring the pigeons away. Now, there's not much I can do about it now, ... Not much you can do? Yeah, right. Mommy says that as long as you love the world, no animals will be scared of you. Otherwise, why do you think pigeons aren't scared of me? Oh, fuck, I pressed the wrong option. Ignore that, I'm sorry. What are you doing? You're scaring the pigeons away. They'll be back. They do come back usually, but what happens if one day they leave and never come back again? Just like Daddy. That's like one of the first things you see when you're in the game. Anyways, I kill his birds sometime for fun, to harass the orphans.
What a disaster! I didn't even make it through the qualifiers. How'd you do?
Eichendorf? I don't like that name. I'm sorry, any Germans in the chat. I hope you're not German, Kiwi.
I didn't do any better. I was beaten by that little Timmy kid.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen him out there feeding pigeons. No clue how he got to be such a good card player.
The next round's starting soon, right? Let's head over and watch the matches. I'm curious to see who'll win the grand prize.
Prize money, you say? Oh, it's mine now.
Did you hear that? A grand prize! Sounds like they were talking about a card competition. They must be talking about Genius Invocation TCG!
Genius Invocation Tournament, huh? Do you think there'll be any tasty food at the venue?
Should be! But let's go ask Diona for details.
Before you meet her, I just want to say Diona is one of the other animal characters in the game. She's very funny because she's like this, I don't know, 10-year-old. Ages are never confirmed. But she's this kid and she's a bartender because she got blessed by a water fairy.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up
and
to.
They're like...
plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
I'm talking, you psycho terrorist. Anyways, so basically she got cursed to always make wonderful and amazing tasting drinks. So she tries to poison them so people won't like them because she hates the wine industry. She'll like put like bugs or like slime in it, and then people will be like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. And she's like, God damn it.
Am I seeing double? Do you have 2 tails?
There she is. Ooh, cat combo.
Your eyes are working just fine. Yes, I have 2 tails. You want to pet them? Wow, does it hurt when your tail splits into 2? Which one did you grow first? Oh, and what do you do when they start moving around while you're asleep? Oh, well, sorry if those were tricky questions. I've just never seen anyone with 2 tails before. Who's Diona chatting with? From her outfit, Paimon would guess she's probably from Inazuma.
Sorry, big stretches.
Oh, don't worry, kid. I'm sure you'll be growing a couple of tails of your own in no time. Huh? You think I can grow 2 tails as well? Sure, you're a yokai too, right? Your yokai power must be really strong if you can already take on human form.
Yeah.
I was just climbing a tree one day when another tail popped out, just like that. People started calling me, Nekomata, I think? Yokai? Nekomata? No. You got it all wrong. My ears and tail are part of my cat's line bloodline.
Oh, so you're not a Mondstadt yokai?
Mondstadt doesn't have anything like yokai. Is this your first time here?
Yep. Fortunately for me, the company I work for has been expanding, so I'm now getting the opportunity to travel to cities all over Teyvat. Oh, it's been such a pleasure chatting with you that I almost lost track of time. I'd better get going, or I'll be late for my next customer. Diona of the Quetzline clan, your pickup is complete. Thank you for choosing Komania Express.
Great. Feel free to come hang out anytime.
Yeah, she's got a little paws.
Do only yokai have tails in Inazuma? Hey, Diona! Oh, Traveler and Paimon! Hey, what brings you back to Mondstadt?
I'm glad to see that the furries are done talking to each other. Money is why I came back.
Well,
and also Kaya.
It's been a while since we visited the Cat's Tail, so we thought we'd come and say hi. Oh, and by the way, who was that just now? Oh, she's a courier from Komania Express. They're an international delivery service operating out of Inazuma. Huh? Is the Cat's Tail doing international business now? No. A customer left some goods with us and arranged for Komania Express to pick them up. That's all. I didn't mind. You've been to Inazuma, right? Did you, see lots of yokai like her there?
We saw some with wings on their backs, and others with fox ears.
Right! But this is actually the first time we've ever seen one with two tails.
Yeah, we've only seen one tail and then 6. So it's 1-6. No in between.
Whoa! I'd love to go see for myself one day. Anyway, what were you two here for again? Did you need me for something? Oh, yeah! Paimon almost forgot. Do you know anything about a Genius Invocation TCG tournament? Apparently there's prizes and stuff. A tournament? Oh, you must mean the one being organized by the Adventurers Guild. It's a pretty big event. They even had posters imported from Inazuma.
Is one of my printing press in
I'm busy with
Inazuma?
things here, so I didn't sign up. I don't know all the details. Maybe try asking my boss. Got it. Well, with any luck, we'll win some more, and then we'll treat you to some yummy food. Huh? What do you mean, luck? I'm the one who taught you how to play, after all.
Thanks, Coach. We'll make you proud.
That's now like it. Okay, you two should probably get going now. Head to the Fountain Plaza. My boss usually takes a walk around there at this time of day. All right, we'll go there right away.
It really does. Inazuma is so funny. So, it's this country ran by, a pink lesbian, and then a purple lesbian. And, like, the purple lesbian's like, I'm the one who's in charge. But really, she, like, went to go hide in her room for 500 years. And then the pink lesbian was like, okay, I'll be the government. But she's like, being the government is so boring. And also, I'm part of the country's major religious system. So I'm the government, the religious system. But I need a hobby. What should my hobby be? And she was like, I know. Writing isekai light novels. So she owns a publishing company that writes trashy, generic anime light novel riffs. And she even, literally, last year, they did an event where it was like a novel writing event in-game. And the pink-haired character published a new book because she owns the fucking printing company. Because it's Yai Publishing House and her name's Yai Miko. And she's like, here's my new isekai novel. I got reincarnated as the Raiden Shogun. And the Raiden Shogun's her girlfriend, by the way. And in it, she kisses her girlfriend by, like, giving her juice with her mouth. And this is just canon in the Genshin universe. This is just canon.
find you here.
Oh, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let me guess. Back to play some cards?
It's not like we only ever come back to Mondstadt to play cards.
That's pretty much it, Paimon. I don't really come here very much. I hang out in Sumeru a lot.
Oh, really? I just assumed you were here to take part in the King of Invocations Grand Prix.
King of Invocations Grand Prix? Oh, that must be the Adventurers Guild one that Diana mentioned.
That's the one. Genius Invocation TCG has been attracting more and more players lately. The Adventurers Guild arranged for venues in every city to hold a regional tournament for the King of Invocations Grand Prix. The rewards are quite substantial. Mondstadt is already at the final stage, so I'm afraid you might be a little too late to get that prize.
Really? Oh, darn! We already promised Diana we'd treat her to some food with the Mora we won.
I guess she'll have to starve. Children don't need food anyways.
It's all right. There's bound to be a next time. This card game came out of nowhere and has already taken the world by storm. Who knows where it'll go next?
Somebody posted a tier list and it was like Hoyoverse's favorite games. Honkai Star Rail the third in the first spot, Honkai Star Rail in the second spot, Invocation TCG in the third spot. And then like there was like a few more spots and then it was like Genshin in the last spot.
The game's creators
then
must be
under that it
ecstatic
was
with
like
all
a
this success,
grave.
don't you think? It's unbelievably popular.
And then there was like a grave and under it was ZZZ.
Yeah, and it only gets more fun the more people there are to play it with.
I want to win the tournament. I want to get
Well,
another
you
notch
may have
on
missed
my
the boat
badge.
on the
Wait,
official
that's
event,
not the
but
phrase.
there's also an unofficial tourney organized by some players. Would that interest you at all?
Unofficial tourney?
That's right. With all the excitement surrounding the main tournament, players can hardly contain their enthusiasm, so they've set up an unofficial tourney aimed at a larger player base. You can sign up at any time and play however many matches you want. They even have pre-built decks for players to use. Oh, and the rewards are pretty generous too.
I don't really care about the card game. We just came over to see Kaya.
Paimon likes the sound of this. Thanks for the info, Margaret. We'll go check it out.
Sorry, I was laughing a bit because I remember. So in this game, characters.
You're welcome. There are
I don't.
If
I
there's
don't really
nothing
care
else
what you're saying. Anyways, Oh my gosh, I want to exit the cutscene.
Winning the grand prize in the official tournament would have been as easy as pie.
I see her in the background. So conspicuous. It's like those like pictures of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like, I wonder who the main character is, and it has like Yugi in it. Anyways, what I was trying to say is on characters' birthdays, they will send out cards basically that are like, hey, here's how are you doing? Here's how I'm doing, you know, and then they'll just talk about their life for a minute or muse about something, and then it'll be like, anyways, I was thinking about you on my birthday, bye. And Kaya's last birthday coincided when TCG officially launched in-game, so you could play it. And so his birthday card was basically just him fixating on TCG, and then at the end he was like, oh, happy birthday. And so people are like, Kaya, are the makers of TCG holding you hostage? Do they have a gun to your head as you're writing this?
Just imagine it. Honorary Knight defeats foes and emerges as tournament champion. The headline practically writes itself.
Do my ears deceive me? Or do you two have some breaking news to share with me?
Whoa! Who are you? And why the heck are you eavesdropping on us?
To be fair, she was on the other side of a plaza. You're just a noisy mouth, Paimon.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. I tend to keep my ears peeled at all times. Didn't even realize I was listening in.
Her camera has a hat. Oh my god, it has a face. Look at it. It's got like 2 eyes with eyelashes. And then the big lenses and nose. And then under that it has a smile. And then it's like it's wearing a little suit.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird from Fontaine. I've been posted here to cover the King of Invocations Grand Prix.
Wow, she talks a mile a minute.
The Steambird?
Yeah, no, Paimon. Paimon. Do you not remember the time we had a whole quest with Yunjin where people were stalking her from a Steambird, and then it turns out that they weren't actually a part of the Steambird. And also this gets mentioned all the time, especially as we get closer to Fontaine.
The Steambird is a major news outlet headquartered in Fontaine and widely acclaimed all over Teyvat. We even have regular columnists based right here in Mondstadt.
Like Mona.
Ooh, okay. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. What was that you were saying about some breaking news?
Oh, looks like I've managed to pique your interest. Well, the truth is that my keen reporting senses are telling me that this competition will be chock full of huge news stories.
Imagine getting assigned to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, tournament, and you were like, this is it. This is my big break. I'm gonna hit the big times with this story. And then it's like, the like smash cut where it's like they throw a newspaper onto a table and it's like the front page and it's just like a nerd in their 20s with like a Magic the Gathering deck, and it's like and then on the side is like serial killer gets death row punishment, you know, like the actual like stuff just on the side.
Huge news stories? You sure your senses are reliable?
Yeah, just insult the person we just met, Paimon. Good go.
Absolutely! After all, I've seen it with my own eyes. There's a criminal who's been slinking around the competition venue, and his name is the Card Snatcher.
Timmy trained the birds to steal cards.
Card Snatcher?
Mm-hmm.
That's my
He
guess.
stole his opponent's cards when they weren't looking. I was about to try and chase him down, but the next moment, he disappeared into thin air.
It was 50 pigeons in a trench coat.
But why would someone want to steal other people's cards?
Perhaps he wants to throw off the other competitors.
Whatever the truth of the matter, it's my job as a journalist to dig up all the gory details and turn them into my very own exclusive news piece.
Okay, I will admit, the monocle's growing on me because the little dangly bit's cute. I still think they should have just given her glasses, though.
So, what do you think? Want to join me in my quest to uncover the sensational story that's hiding behind the scenes?
That does sound interesting, but why us? Any reason you singled us out in particular?
That reminds me of that trend a while ago where people were like, birds aren't real, they're working for the government. And then people turned that into an actual conspiracy
Are you
theory.
kidding me? It's a no-brainer, considering you're the honorary knight who saved Mondstadt, the hero of Liyue who fought alongside the Adepti, a key player in the repealing of Inazuma's Sakoku Decree, and the redeemer of the Sumeru Academia.
Okay, point taken. Yeah, it seems like we've ended up making quite a big name for ourselves, huh?
Let's hear some of my more accomplishments. Talk about the chasm.
Hey, we've got better things to do than listening to that.
Boo, you're no
I
fun.
promise you, teaming up with me will be a great move for you. For starters, when my exclusive news article is published, you'll be credited as contributors.
Cool.
Not to mention that being in a news agency makes me pretty well connected. That'll come in real handy if you're ever traveling in Fontaine. And if you ever wanted to run an ad in the paper one day, no problem. I could make that happen.
Oh, well, shit. How can I say no to running ads in the newspaper? What if I need to get rid of my bicycle?
That actually sounds genuinely useful. What do you think, Traveler?
I don't know. We got some time on our hands.
Great! Then welcome to the news crew. Ah, I've heard that the Traveler always lends a helping hand, so it's nice to know that you live up to your reputation, but even nicer to experience it for myself. Now then, before we start investigating our card snatcher, I have one other small task to take care of first.
I have to find the other half of my glasses. I dropped them around here somewhere.
That Mondstadt columnist who I mentioned earlier is a longtime favorite of the Steambird's readership. Management thought that a cash bonus was in order, so I brought it along with me.
You can give it to me, and I'll make sure it finds them. Wink wonk.
Oh, so we're gonna go meet them now?
Yep, I have the address right here. We just need to make a slight detour to drop off the Mora, then we'll be on our way. I thought you would have figured out who it is I'm talking about by now. From what I've heard, you're quite well acquainted.
It's Mona. I know it's Mona. Because Mona's whole job is she writes for a newspaper columnist, and she's from Fontaine.
Oh, it's someone we know? That doesn't narrow it down much. We know lots of people in Mondstadt. Never mind. Just lead the way, Charlotte.
Oh my god,
Who could it be?
I forgot I was playing child and I got jump scared by a ginger. There was genuine fear in my reaction. I didn't mean... Sorry. Trigger warning on the stream, jump scares.
After all, you got pretty well off to live in the city, right?
That still doesn't really narrow it down. We know lots of people with lots of Mora.
Wow. I guess being a national hero earns you friends in high places.
It's Mona. Mona's like the only person we know with an apartment.
Here we are. Wait here a moment. I'll go hand over the cash.
Huh? Oh, so it's...
Who is it? Can I help you? Oh, Traveler and Paimon, what brings you here? And I'm sorry, I don't believe we've...
This is Mona. I'll send you some stuff, but she's really funny. She's been in the game since it launched, and she's had this character arc. It's only been limited time events, so you don't see it much. But she's had this character arc where she moved to Mondstadt, started helping people in Mondstadt and being a columnist because basically her teacher is too scary to go back to and be like, hey, I couldn't do that errand. So she's like, I decided to live a whole new life. I can't go back home. I don't want to apologize. And she basically made friends with this Chuni character who is like, I am the Princesses Detver Ertelung. Official something something something. And she like talks in like these and thous, and she's so Chuni. And Mona is like, will just like go into it, and I will have to send you a video of their banter because they are so fucking funny.
You must be Mona Magistus, the astrologist. It's an honor to finally meet you.
Yeah, you talk a mile a minute. The poor VA.
I'm Charlotte, a reporter from the Steambird. Your columns have been so well received by our readers lately that our management asked me to present you with this cash bonus.
She got Mona's full name and title right on her first try. She really does do her homework.
Mona Magistus the astrologer. That's not that hard, Paimon.
Ah, you must be Charlotte. Welcome, welcome. Please, just call me Mona. Gosh, this is a long way to come from Fontaine. I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
No trouble at all. It was on the way.
Wow, sounds like your articles are a real hit with readers all over Teyvat, Mona.
This is a lovely view of the flower boxes. Thank you, cameraman.
Have I never told you? Well, I've been writing my column, All Things Astrological, for the Steambird for a long time now.
Well, gosh, just imagine the cameraman, like the camera starts veering to the left and we just start looking at people's potted plants and he just starts like slowly walking away to go show us more plants.
The chief editor wrote to me a while ago about the bonus. Thank goodness it's finally here. I was wondering when it would arrive. Thank you, Charlotte.
I would make a joke about Mona finally being able to afford to eat, but honestly, probably.
Huh. You make it sound like you really needed this. Are you pressed for money, Mona?
She is, because she has terrible spending habits.
What? No, of course not. It's just that once I knew the bonus was coming, I reallocated some funds that I'd previously set aside for daily necessities and purchased some expensive equipment. That's all.
Classic Mona.
Aha! Perfect! Renowned astrologist Broken Starving. Do the stars really have all the answers? The article practically writes itself.
The cameraman heard you, Kiwi, and was like, you know what, fuck you, I can do other shots, and was like, where's my sepia filter? Zoomed in. It does sound like an interesting read.
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Mona's actually super rich. It's just that astrology research is really expensive.
Super rich is a bit of a stretch. Anyway, enough about that. What brings you back to Mondstadt this time, Traveler in Paimon?
Originally, we just came to catch up with a friend of ours. But some things have come up, and now we're helping Charlotte investigate the case of the Card Snatcher.
I bet we're gonna go to each country, and each country's gonna have a card snatcher. What if Charlotte's the card snatcher?
Will you
What if
be competing
Paimon
in the
is?
King of Invocations Grand Prix, where it is that the prizes are pretty stellar?
Oh, I wish Ix was awake. She would hate that. That's why I wish she was here, cause it'd ruin her day.
I'm much too busy with my research these days to dedicate time to a competition. Besides, even if I did enter, there's no guarantee I'd actually win a prize, is there?
She might be eating them. I knew a kid that used to eat paper.
Isn't there? I'd have thought you'd be certain to win with astrology on your side. You'd know all of your opponent's cards ahead of time. What do you take me for? No self-respecting astrologist would dream of abusing their beloved art for such crude purposes. Besides, it wouldn't be fair to the other contestants. Well said. Spoken like an accomplished academic and a conscientious citizen.
You talk like this is on the record,
Well,
which
yes,
is a little
obviously.
concerning.
Anyway, if past precedent is anything to go by, you're the ones who ought to be wary of what's around the corner. Especially if you're chasing after this card snatcher, was it? Sounds like bad news. Shall I take a glance at what you're up against?
Was man that allergic to red 40 he couldn't have flowers? It was less cards and just more
Thanks
paper
for the
in
offer,
general.
but there's no need. Relying on your astrological skills for all the juicy details would make this story a Mona exclusive. But that's not quite the kind of exclusive report I'm going for here. But don't you worry. They call it investigative journalism for a reason. We journos have our ways. All right, well, best of luck with your investigation, then. Thanks again for bringing the bonus, Charlotte. Do give my regards to the chief editor.
Also, we should play another game of Genius Invocation TCG.
I will, and yes, we should. I'll hold you to that.
Love you, Mona. She's so lesbian. She's so funny.
I think it's about time we started heading to the competition venue. The Mondstadt Regional Final should be starting shortly.
All right! Paimon can't wait to find out who the finalists are!
I don't care. The only reason I'm not super interested in TCG, like I'll play it, but I'm not super interested in it. The reason let me get in close here. The reason that's not getting in close. I'm just assaulting someone's house. The reason I wanted to check it out is I heard that Alhaitham and Kaya Alhaitham, Kaya, and Kaveh are all of them. And so it's like, oh, okay, I have to play now. But, oh, I figured out how to zoom in. But, I'm half convinced that at the end of the event, they're going to pull a surprise. There's actually Alhaitham and Kaya, not Kaveh. Alhaitham and Kaveh. I got Kaya on the mind, and I'm not sober. And who made the card game. And I'm gonna lose my fucking shit if they made a gay card game together. Cause there's this picture of, the two, I'll have to show you the thing I saw on Twitter, but there's a picture of the two founders with no faces, and one of them has gray hair and one of them has blonde hair.
You know,
And then there's
there
another
are better ways
thing where
to
it's
seek
like,
out our enemies than, well,
shut up,
standing here.
why are you so noisy? He's so loud, he talks so loud. Anyways, And then they have a box where it's like, this is the box where the original deck was made on. And then you can find the box in Al-Haytham's house. And I'm just like, did they make a gay card game together before they broke up? Can I knock on her door? Will it tell me something? Boss. Talk to Kaya. It's your favorite. It's your favorite boy. Here's the thing, I don't think either of them took the cards, because I think it's canon that, like, the makers made the game and then, like, stopped updating it and then someone else took it. So it's like the idea that they made this card game together and then they abandoned it and then someone else made it and now it's like a bajillionaire and then Kaya's just, like, broke. Yes, it's time to see him. It's time to see the pretty princess man.
So this is the venue, huh? Seems pretty lively here.
There's 8 people here. Fruit stall, we don't have those at home. Oh, I wonder who the main character is.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. What a rare surprise. Did you really come all this way just to watch Timmy and me in the final?
Yeah, we traveled like 2,000 miles to watch you beat up a 10-year-old who doesn't have a dad.
Kaya? You made it to the finals? Wait, what about your work with the Knights of Favonius? You better not be slacking off again.
Paimon, he's the cavalry captain and I've never seen a horse in this town. I think he can have breaks.
Hey, come on now. That's no way to talk to a friend. Naturally, I wouldn't have considered entering the competition were I not already on top of my work.
He's just grabbing his own boobie.
Ah, enjoying a drink while playing a few rounds of cards. I can't think of a better way to relax outside of work. Can you? Oh, just be sure not to tell Diona I said that.
So something to note about Kaya is we know he's not a full-blooded Conrian, because if you look at his eye, the diamond in his eye is really small, and the trait that all pure-blooded Conrians have is they have a giant diamond in the middle of their eye. So we know Kaya is only like... So we know he's from like a noble line, but like probably a bastard.
Well, since you're in the
just from his eyes.
Have you noticed anything suspicious going on so far? You know, like people stealing other players' cards and that kind of thing.
Okay, so you see in the corner, like on the left side, that was the picture I was talking about, where there's two Academia College students who, one is blonde and one is grayed hair, and they're the people that made the card game. And who is a grayed hair and blonde haired Academia student that recently was in the Sumeru Academia? Kaveh and Al-Haytham.
Stealing cards, you say? I'm afraid I haven't seen anything of that sort. Not while I've been playing, anyway. Why do you ask?
Well, we just ran into this journalist from Fontaine and she... Huh? Where'd Charlotte go? She was right here, wasn't she? Oh, I bet she snuck out to go find some tasty snacks for herself!
Journalist from Fontaine. Oh, you mean the one from the Steambird. I do recall seeing a Steambird reporter listed in the Knights of Favonius visitor log.
Yeah, that'll be her. She said that she saw a card snatcher at the tournament venue, so we're helping her investigate.
A card snatcher? How very interesting. But one question, Paimon. Are you sure that cards are really what this snatcher is after?
She keeps, like, going to the side and stuff. Oh my gosh. I love how she's in a different position.
Huh?
She's got ADHD.
What makes you say that?
Hello, everyone! Your attention, please! The final is about to begin! Now, let's give a warm welcome to our 2 contestants.
Guess we'll have to leave it there. Let's continue this conversation another time. Thanks, Traveler.
Oh, I don't know what I told him. Good luck, Mr. Princess Slut, probably.
We'll see you in a bit.
Is that a light novel stand? Did fucking Yaimiko set up a light novel stand?
Who do you think is gonna win?
I think Kaya will. I think Kaya could beat Timmy in a fight any day.
Yeah, Kaya's quite the crafty one. He must have some tricks up his sleeve. Either way, whoever wins is bound to make headlines. Wait, speaking of headlines, isn't that Charlotte's job?
How did they translate this joke for other?
Huh. Maybe she got caught up trying out all the delicious Mondstadt snacks.
No, that's you.
Let's go look for her.
You're projecting. This is such a cute little venue. Boop, it's very cute. Okay, I have to look at a light novel stand. Oh my gosh, it gave me a book. Okay, so this is the one I was talking about. Cause it's like who were two people we know. Cause typically they make these people we know, or they're related to people we know, that were both in the Sumeru Academia. Here's the thing about that book I just picked up. I know for a fact that the Traveler helped co-write it, and that's just the funniest shit to me. Anyways, who's winning?
I'm bringing my A game today, and I'm gonna win this thing.
Do it for your not present dad, Timmy. I'll make him real proud.
Everyone's quite fired up. Whew. It's even making me a little nervous.
I sure hope Timmy wins the finals. At least then I could say I lost to the champion.
I understand where you're coming from, but don't get your hopes up. It's gonna be tough for him to beat the cavalry captain.
Hi, Huffman.
You've got this, Captain Kaya. The Knights of Favonius are counting on you.
I love when they make characters clap. It sounds so fucking funny to me, because it's just one guy going like, woo! Oh gosh, sorry. I don't mean to be so loud. It's late at night.
Charlotte! What happened? You just disappeared without saying anything.
Oh, I just didn't want to bother you while you were catching up with your friend.
But Kaya's one of the finalists. Don't you want to interview him or something? You did say you were supposed to be covering the competition.
I could churn out that kind of soft news piece in 5 minutes if I had to. Personally, I'm more interested in those two.
Charlotte, you're gonna get a stalker charge on you in some countries.
From the moment things kicked off, they've been acting very strangely, like they're trying to stay out of sight. I'm sure they must be plotting something.
The generic NPCs are plotting something?
You mean there are two card snatchers?
Who could have seen this coming?
Shh! Keep your voice down! We don't want to scare them off. We need to wait until we've got something concrete. Then we can use my camera to catch them in the act. Huh? Wait! Where'd the other guy go?
He's on the run!
I would call that a casual stroll.
Huh? You seem like you've done this before. Do you spy on people often?
Oh, you're too kind. You should see the celebrities in Fontaine, the lengths they'll go to try and avoid the public eye. Compared to that, this is nothing.
That wasn't supposed to be a compliment.
I have mentally made Cassian a Genshin AU, and he is from Fontaine. So I'm just sitting here with that information like, yes, yes. I can add that to my AU.
He's heading toward Mondstadt's side gate. Let's follow him, but quietly. We mustn't let him spot us.
Gotta go fast.
Now he's heading away from the city. How long are we gonna follow him for? At this rate, we're gonna miss Kaya and Timmy's match.
We'll go back and watch it if you're gonna cry about it. I'm gonna win and make him stop running. Oh, the way was not climbing a tree. It's very
Looks like he
fun.
stopped. Let's sit tight and see what happens.
It's very fun, especially when you learn. So each country kind of has like a value. Like Mondstadt is the city of freedom. Sumeru is the country of knowledge. Liyue is the country of contracts. And then what the fuck? Inazuma is the land of eternity. I fucking went out of order. My brain just broke. Anyways. And Fontaine is the country of justice. Their god is the god of justice. And so it's very fun for me to mentally write Cassian, the crime boss, in a country that values justice above all.
Here? Is he gonna hide something? And now he's crouching down with his hands above his head. Wait! Treasure hoarders! He's in trouble! Quick! We need to
Whoa.
rescue him!
They're coordinated. Did you see all the directions they came from?
Help! Someone save me!
What are the treasure hoarders doing so close to the city?
Sorry, I literally made this team like right before I started this
I see
stream.
everything! This way!
Okay, okay. Okay, cool.
Are you alright?
Ignore the effects in the background.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was all over for me.
Those treasure hoarders, did you know them? It sure looked like they were here just for you.
No, they were converging on my location for no reason.
Why would I know them? I was just out for a walk, minding my own business, and then the next thing I knew, I was surrounded.
Oh, really? Then why did they target you? It wouldn't be because of some dubious deal you were involved in at the tournament, would it?
Oh, not the half-eye accusatory. That looks weird, actually. Make your eye normal.
Huh? A deal? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's a shame. You see, I'm a journalist, and I just happened to snap a picture of you and one other individual in the middle of a deal back at the tournament.
Do you think her camera has a name? I hope it does. I hope its name is like Peppy.
I was only going to ask you for an interview, but that was before you caused all this trouble. And now you're feigning ignorance of the deal in question. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. Shall I just cut my losses and hand over the evidence to the Knights of Favonius?
Oh my god, she's got a little cat mount going on.
Whoa, 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 whoa! No, please! I'll talk, but you gotta believe me, there's nothing shady going on, I swear!
Wow, that was some serious bluffing on Charlotte's part. She didn't take any pictures at all.
I believed her also. I haven't been paying attention.
Back at the tournament, I was approached by some random guy who said that he wanted to buy a card back off me. I said, okay, how much are you offering? And when he told me the amount, well, my jaw practically hit the floor.
Really? What kind of card back was it?
Nothing special. I just picked it up at the general goods store. It had a treasure chest design on it. I only bought it because it was dirt cheap.
Gosh, honestly, as much as I love her, that's probably Hu Tao. No, it's Eula. It's Eula. Those are the Eula mains. Which is so funny, because Eula is like one of the most sapphic characters in the game. Like, at least in the top 5.
3 times what I paid for it, and handed me the Mora right then and there.
Well, if you paid like $2 for it, and then he gave you $6. It's not. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a return on your investment, but that's not like jaw-dropping.
So I decided to head somewhere less crowded and check the Mora was real. That's when I ran into the treasure hoarders.
Did you ask him why he wanted to purchase this item from you?
No, I didn't. Genius Invocation TCG has been getting pretty popular lately, and some people will pay good Mora to make their decks look flashy. It didn't strike me as that unusual. But after I gave him the card back, he let out a sigh of relief and said something about, that's all the Mondstadt ones. Next stop, Liyue, or something like that.
Or something like that? He either said that or he didn't. How certain are you?
Jeez, you're more effective than the cops.
I'm positive. I know what I heard. Once the card was in his hands, he suddenly relaxed like a huge burden had been taken off his shoulders. It was genuine relief. Could that card back really be as valuable as he thought?
My guess is if there's a treasure thing on the back, maybe there's a myth about, like, oh, if you put all these card backs together, it'll make a treasure map. That's some 39 Clues shit. Do you remember 39 Clues? Like those book series, and then they would have like cards in them that you would put online, and you could do codes and stuff. Fuck. They were so good, but there were so many books, because they weren't that thick. And so you go to the library, and you find out the fucking librarian took all the codes out, so you couldn't use them. And anyways, I was really into that series as a kid.
That I don't know, but in the interests of your personal safety, I suggest you report all of this to the Knights of Favonius.
Basically, it was like this family, and there was like 4 or 5 clans, and this grandma died, and she was super rich, and it set off this race where they had to find 39 clues, and it unlocks a treasure. It was like a treasure hunt thing. And each, like, family thing was different. There was, like, they each had, like, each branches of a family had, like, fuck Genshin Bible, I'm telling you 39 Clues lore, had, like, animal things. Like, there was basically Slytherin that was, like, green and a snake, and they were basically evil. There was these bear ones, they were, like, the Thompsons or whatever, Thomases, something like that. And they were, like, really strong or whatever. And then there were these ones that were really, like, artsy and lucky. And then I think one of them was just rich. That was their personality or whatever. And part of the thing was that basically the idea was that these celebrities were, like, the greatest sports players, greatest actors, greatest creatives of all, greatest scientists of all time. Were all, like, distantly related to this family or, like, clan. Anyways, and each of the books had clues in the form of cards, and you could put the cards online to do, like, basically, like, flash puzzle things. So it was like an ARG in a book. But and it was really interesting, because I don't remember what the plot twist was, but I remember solving one of the plot twists for the game by playing the game before the book came out, where it told the plot twist. It was all very
After all,
weird.
You weren't doing anything against the law,
but cool.
were you?
Right? Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'll go speak to the Knights of Favonius right away.
It sounds like that guy's just collecting rare card backs. Are you sure this is the person you're after, Charlotte?
Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was just really annoying when you got it from a library, you know, because they would take the cards out. Because the way it worked is every single edition of the book, it only came in hardcover copy, and then you'd open it up, and then the, like, inside front cover was a bit thicker, and you would, like, pull it up, and then all the cards would be in that. I had to get rid of the majority of my books when I moved away, And I remember the card back thing. Fuck, I gotta see if the website's up now and like check my account.
You really think someone out there is going from nation to nation, shelling out huge sums of money for a few card backs bought from a grocery store?
I also remember there was this other book series. It was like a horror book series that was also an ARG, in that it had a website you could go to. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But I remember it scared the shit out of me as a kid. But it was one of those things where half of the story was in a book, and then half of it was online. And so you'd get to a certain part of the book, and it would be like, pause here, and then go watch this on the website, and like put this code in, so that way you couldn't skip ahead. And basically it was like these teens like vlogging or whatever. Because it was supposed to be like a knockoff YouTube. I don't remember the series. I'm gonna have to Google that. Okay, while you're listening to TCG stuff, I'm gonna go Google that.
This entire situation reeks of exclusive news.
Think there's real treasure involved?
Ooh, treasure! Maybe the card backs make a treasure map. You know, collect all the pieces, put them together, and they reveal where the treasure is buried.
Who knows? But wherever this leads, we're definitely onto something. Even though I didn't manage to get a good look at his face, his physique and the way he moved were identical to the card snatcher I saw last time. I'm sure it's the same guy. He was much more discreet this time, though. I guess he didn't want to risk trying anything with so many potential witnesses around.
From the sounds of it, we need to head to Liyue next, right? Paimon can't wait! We have tons of friends in Liyue, too. But shouldn't we check in with Kaya before we leave? Paimon at least wants to find out who won the final.
Good idea. Let's go.
Skeleton Creek, I think. Yeah, Skeleton Creek. I wonder if that website is so up. Okay, yeah, it was 6 books. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. They used to scare the shit out of me as a kid. Skeleton Creek. Did I go past the door? No, I didn't.
No time to lose.
Keep in mind, it scared the shit out of me when I was in like 6th grade, so I don't know how well it holds up, but I do remember that being genuinely frightening to me, and I'd be on like the family computer in the living room, like looking it up and stuff. Sorry, I keep talking too loud on accident.
No time to lose. Yeah.
I hereby declare the winner of the Mondstadt Regional Final of the King of Invocations Grand Prix is Timmy!
Kaya, what the fuck? How did you lose? Kaya!
Wow, Timmy won! That's amazing!
I was beaten by the best. Timmy's a tough opponent. He had me on the back foot the entire time.
Boo. I know, princess, how could this happen? At least you were gracious in defeat.
It's all right. You don't need to comfort me. This must be the journalist from Fontaine you mentioned earlier. Charlotte, was it? Enchanté.
I sent this clip to Tim, and he lost his shit on the pronunciation. And also, by the way, that's the wrong form of enchanté. He said the feminine version, which in this scenario, he should say the masculine version because he's a boy. So it'd be enchanté, but with one less E. Anyway, somebody just like Google translated. Nice to meet you in French.
I'm Kaya. Cavalry Captain of the Knights of Favonius. I trust you're enjoying your time in Mondstadt?
The pleasure is all mine. Mondstadt's reputation as the city of song and freedom is truly deserved. The mood here is simply delightful.
Kaya with he, she pronouns.
I'm glad you're liking it. Oh, by the way, I couldn't help but notice you all rushing towards the city's side gate earlier. Did you find something? I couldn't get it off my mind, even during the competition.
Tell Kaya everything that happened. So remember this guy who got mugged.
I see.
So, it seems we have an answer to Kaya's question from earlier. What the card snatcher's really after is these card backs. But we still haven't figured out why he cares so much about them.
It's Alhaitham paying people to steal them because he misses his wife, Tails.
Well, while I'd love to accompany you all to Liyue Harbor, I'm afraid I still have my Knights of Favonius duties to attend to. In fact, our top priority right now is strengthening Mondstadt's defenses. Treasure hoarder activity has been increasingly rampant lately.
Have you tried killing them?
Don't worry, we'll keep you in the loop if we find anything. In fact, if Charlotte's journalistic instinct is on point, you'll probably be reading her exclusive report in the Steambird before long.
Wonderful. Then I look forward to reading all about it.
Thanks for supporting quality journalism. Okay, let's take tonight off and head to Liyue Harbor tomorrow. It'll give me a chance to write down everything that's happened today.
Took like no pictures.
I wanted to ask. See the two people on this poster? Are they the inventors of Genius Invocation TCG? They look so young.
I'm gonna have to show you this in the sunlight, because I swear to God, one of the guys is blonde and the other one's gray.
Maybe, but very little is known about
You can see
either
it better
of them.
in this angle.
Whether they've been living under a rock this whole time or just aren't interested in fame, I don't know. But hardly anybody has ever seen them.
The poster's probably just an artist's impression to capture the general look and feel of the duo. Beyond that, I doubt it's very true to life.
Sounds like they're a couple of socially reclusive scholars. If Paimon were in their shoes, she'd be showing up to all the events, signing autographs, selling cards, and probably getting complimentary food.
Who's a more socially reclusive scholar than Alhaitham? Tell me. If it's not Alhaitham and Kade, I will eat my shoe. It has to be them. Here's the thing. It has to be them. I want it to be them. So bad. Because the idea of Kade made this card game and then he's like, doesn't realize how much money's behind it. And then Alhaitham does, and that's like, Alhaitham's getting royalties from it. But, no. Because it would be so funny, specifically if it was Kade Alhaitham, for another reason. Because in the last event, at the end, Kade... I don't remember... I did not stream it, I remember now. But at the end, Kade won it, but he gave away all the money for reasons I won't get into. So basically, the only thing he won was an exclusive TCG card backing, and he gave it to Sino. And Sino was like, I will give you several million more for this. And Kade's like, it's worth how much? Because the idea of Kade making TCG and then being like, wait, how much is this card game I made during finals week when I was procrastinating worth?
I approve. And to top it off, you could play a few rounds of Genius Invocation with everyone.
He's so cute. Look at his smile. Look at him.
I was reading up on the game's inventors before I came to Mondstadt. I was originally hoping to arrange an interview with them. But I soon discovered that there's no mention anywhere of where they live or of any Genius Invocation events that they've attended.
Based on the outfits, I can say Sumeru.
It's as if they've designed the game and then never played it again.
Tell me that's not so Alhaitham and Kade coded. Like, they design a game that becomes super fucking popular, and then they just abandon it, because they don't care about it. A mysterious couple of game designers.
Either they don't want to play the game, or they're unable to. But they must have their reasons.
Alhaitham, I can't play this game, because My ex-wife divorced me during it.
During the King of Invocation's Grand Prix.
Maybe, if you get lucky. And based on my experience, the Traveler seems to have no shortage of that.
Are you flirting with me, sir?
Oh, really? Well, that gives me one less thing to worry about.
Hearing that puts you at ease, puts me at ease.
Anyway, our focus is still on tracking down the Card Snatcher. I heard Snezhnaya has an old saying. If you try chasing 2 rabbits at once, you'll only end up empty-handed.
That's a pretty good saying.
Well, the Traveler and Paimon can always split up and chase 1 rabbit each.
You'd suck at chasing a rabbit.
Oh,
Unless
okay. Now Paimon's feeling hungry. We can worry about all this later. Right now, it's time to get some grub.
You can always trust Paimon to know where life's priorities lie. If it's food you're after, I recommend taking a look at the nearby stalls. The tournament has brought quite a crowd, so there's a lot of fun to be had around the venue.
Sounds great! Thanks, Kaya!
Cool. I love when the game freezes. Whoa! Okay. Kiwi, I need you to mentally memorize that box. Okay, look at it. Look at the box. Look at it. The box. Look at it. Okay.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze
You
to
looked
death.
at the box. Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ, that's so many quests. I'm not doing them right this second. Okay. Okay. No, it's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Box. Memory. Wait, hold on. I just want to say hi to Mika. He looks like a chocobo.
Wait, why is everyone leaving? Did I miss it?
Ah, Mika. Too bad you weren't here to see it. I'm afraid that Captain Kaya lost.
What? Tell me everything. What happened?
Well, I don't know much about Genius Invocation myself, but I did try to follow along by listening in to what everyone was saying. Captain Kaya took out one of Timmy's character cards right at the start, giving him an early advantage.
I don't care this much, actually, I decided.
But I guess that was all part of his opponent's strategy? In any case, Timmy spent the first few rounds stocking up cards in his hand, and then swung the game with a brutal offensive right at the end. But, you know, maybe the match was already over from the moment they flipped the coin and determined that Kaya would go second. Whew. I need a drink.
Calm down, bro. Now's not the time to start drinking your sorrows away.
They're canonically brothers, by the way. They look so much alike, don't
Knowing
they?
Captain Kaya,
Slash J.
he wouldn't want to see you upset over his loss. Hey, why don't we learn how to play too? Maybe then, we'll get to play against Captain Kaya someday. Though, I'm sure we'd lose pretty badly to him.
Yeah, you're right, Mika. Not a bad plan.
Okay, sorry. I just want to talk to the limited time NPCs because I think when I teleport away, they'll disappear. Anyways, hi Kaya.
Hey there. Something else you wanted to discuss?
How are the Knights of Favonius holding up?
Don't worry. Everyone's just fine. I actually managed to convince Jean to join me for a game, but we only got part of the way through before she was called away. I ended up having to finish the match for the 2 of us. What can you do? Everyone has to put their work first, but seeing how successful the tournament has turned out and how much fun everyone's had, I'm hoping that she at least has one less thing to worry about.
Cool. I'm just.
The game's really caught on lately.
Sorry, I'm gonna
it's a part
skip
of
through
everyday
it.
life now. Everywhere you go, you see people playing. In fact, some people have even given up drinking in order to keep a clear head during the game. I'm sure Diona will. Sure.
Oh my gosh, stop hyperfixating. That's so mean, actually. Anyways, I'm sorry, I just want to talk to people.
City on the Select teams with talent in TCG tournament as young prodigy best Favonian. This title saves face for the Knights. Top strategic mind of the Knights of Favonius outs. Captain's championship hopes crushed in dazzling Dark Horse defeat? Maybe I should stick with my first draft.
I won! I won! Thanks! I can't wait to tell. Mom was the one who kept telling me I should join the tournament. I really wish my dad could see me now.
Boo-hoo, we get it. Not everyone is a dad.
Oh, what an amazing tournament.
Yeah, who saw that?
Okay, that's it. Okay. Sorry. There's just like sometimes things will like if you unload an area, if they're limited time, like only at the end of the quest, they'll like despawn and you can't get them again. So okay.
Alhaitham isn't in, so...
Okay. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to listen to Kave speedrun stuff.
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. I'm happy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things? Oh, obviously I would...
You're lucky you're cute, Kave,
admit
and I don't mind button spamming for you.
I was super... Unfortunate, it was only a few days later. My mother took me... She didn't scold... Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? Huh. This is when I was a child. Huh. If only... Hey, it's not a matter... Who knows? Maybe this time... I could tell what you were thinking. I've tried my name. I've even tried stuff. I wouldn't try that route. So we could find someone... My mother was never... Let me think. Huh. You've... Professor Zaha... She's older now. Let's go take a look.
Anyways, the box is in their house. Look at it. The box you memorized, it's in Kave's and Alhaitham's house. Look at it. There's the box. There's the box. Fuck. It's the wrong box. Is it that? I don't know the menu. There's the box. There's the box.
This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
I'm really normal about them. I'm really normal about them. I'm so normal. God, I've been hyperfixating on them so bad. I've been doing like a little what's the word? A Megaverse AU with Alhaitham and Kave and with Ix. What the fuck? Huh?
We're back, my lady.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then.
I started this quest like...
How did it go? What did you come up with?
I started this quest like 2 months ago and I never continued it. Red lady is Dia, she's a lesbian bodyguard. Purple lady is Dunyazard, she's princess coded. And actually a cool NPC, I like her. And Dia's like, she's like, my dad is a mercenary and I found out he kills people, he doesn't have to, and that's kind of fucked up. And then we found out he gets money from Dunyazard's dad, and so now we're gonna be like, hey Dunyazard, what the fuck? Anyways, I didn't mean to walk into this, I just forgot.
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that, yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that.
The Traveler is just fully dissociating right now, just staring at the floor tiles. And Paimon's joining them. Maybe there's like a bug on the floor.
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
The Traveler's a pretty quiet
Paimon
adult.
would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story, and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
That feels unlikely though. Yeah, fuck giving people that we like the benefit of the doubt.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dia?
Because she is pretty and needs money, and I will give her money.
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
There's a really cute moment in the our conquest story, because Dea, she's a mercenary, and she'll remind you of this fact, and she'll be like, the people I work for are the ones that pay me the most. And there's a moment where you pretend to be her employer, and so she's like, don't forget, you're gonna have to pay me. And you're like, oh god, how much do I owe you? And she like winks at you and she's like, how about a smile? And it's like, oh Miss Dia.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Dakan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dia into our house.
You mean
The goal all along was to get Dia to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
I don't think this is really good evidence, to be honest. Because this is all a lot of speculation. Because Dia is one of the most famed mercenaries in Sumeru. So, like, it's not that much of a stretch that a rich guy would want to keep her on retainer, you know?
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same.
That's a mood.
However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Don't want to hurt her girlfriend's family, not the in-laws.
Yeah.
It's alright, Dia. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey! It's still too early to give up hope! What was the thing about friendship again?
True friendship's built on trust. Right, I totally remember that. I totally didn't play the last part of this quest months ago when I was at Tem's house.
Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Ah, right!
Okay. Thank you so much for letting me be crazy. It's like that exchange meme, but it's like letting me be crazy. In exchange, you get Kaya footage. It is 1 a.m. though, so I will let you get to bed. I do not want to be the cause of you staying awake. I'm really glad you hung out with me. Let me know, I guess, if you want, because, hold on, how much time does the event have? The event has 14 days, so if you want me to wait and continue it when you're back, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, if you don't care, I'll just play it on my own time. Up to you. Anyways, I hope you have a good opening tomorrow. I hope it's not busy to the point where you can get all of your side work done on time, but I hope it's just busy enough that time goes by and you're not like waiting for the clock to tick all day. Like the sweet spot. I hope you hit the sweet spot. Anyways, have a good night, Kiwi.